Coco Noir is a mush. It's what I think of as a hedging your bets perfume. It just smells like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just a combination of about 17 different things that are on the perfume counter. It does smell posh. It smells kind of expensive, but it's sort of hard to say what it really is. I mean, one of the first things that's misleading is that it seems like it's tied into Coco, the original Chanel Coco, and Coco Mademoiselle, and it really doesn't have an olfactory resemblance to either of those. It just seems almost a little cynical, like the people at Chanel thought, well, we have brand recognition with Coco, the Coco name, we'll just slap it on the bottle of this stuff we're working on. Just to recap, Coco, the original Coco, is this glorious blend of tropical flowers and just leathery vanilla, and it's very insinuating. And then Coco Mademoiselle, I'm sure most of you are familiar with that fragrance. It's a woody patchouli, and it has a very thick kind of amber. And both of those are considerably more noir than Coco Noir, which is sweeter, more powdery than both of those, and just kind of generally less distinct. It has, you can pick up on the jasmine that's in there. It's a little fruity, definitely vanillic. And if you had a police lineup of all the Chanel perfumes, the one that I would pick out as a noir fragrance would be Coromandel from the Exclusive line. I mean, I make no secret of the fact that I adore Coromandel, and that one is all about the benzoin, that leathery vanilla with the patchouli, which is very earthy, has that earthy dirt quality, and that one I think of as a Lady in the Tramp fragrance, where the elegance comes smack up against this dirt and earthiness, and that's just a great contrast. Coco Noir doesn't really provide any of that friction or contrast. Just as a side note, I'd like to announce right here now that the bottle is gorgeous. It's that classic Chanel flacon with the faceted glass on the edge, and it's rendered in black glass, which is a fantastic way to keep perfume eating light, I'm doing Pac-Man fingers, from just getting away and nibbling away at the quality of the fragrance within, because light can really decay a fragrance, as can heat, as can air. So bottle's great. However, the stuff that's inside, I wanted to just get really excited about it, and found that I really couldn't. A lot of times with Chanel fragrances, they do take a little while to come into their own, or they smell good to begin with, and then they really develop into just the full wonder of the narrative. And Chanel Number 5 is a great example of that. That's one where you don't really get it when you first spray it on, but then after 20 minutes, 40 minutes, you smell that fantastic ylang-ylang, and it becomes so sensual. Coromandel is another example of that. Bois des Iles with the sandalwood that comes out and just yummifies your skin. That's great. But Coco Noir doesn't ever really build up into this crescendo of beauty. I'm wearing some now. It gets a little less trivial. This has been on for about half an hour now, and I'm starting to smell a little bit of sandalwood in there, a little bit of that tonka bean, which is the vanilla, but almost like hay, quality of hay in there. So it's smelling a little less silly, but it never takes flight for me. And I think really what it does after a while, I mean, after this kind of fruity jasmine vanilla burst of mush, can you have a burst of mush? It just sort of fades out and falls asleep. So it's less Coco Noir and more Coco afternoon nap. I'm Katie Puckrik, and I smell.